Donald Trump has launched a blistering attack on Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer, accusing him of failing to take meaningful action on the war in Ukraine. The president's remarks made during a Fox News interview come just days before Starmer is set to visit Washington for high-level meetings. We have the footage of Trump's comments, which mark a dramatic escalation in his rhetoric against the UK's new leader. But was it just criticism, or did Trump also have some unexpected words of praise? Stay tuned as we break down the full story. Before we get into it, first hit the like button and subscribe to the channel and join our fast-growing community. Just a quick one to say we have new Liber t-shirts available on our website. You can check the link in the description or go to BritishStand.com. Donald Trump has launched a scathing attack on Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer and French President Emmanuel Macron, claiming Starmer has done nothing to help end the war in Ukraine. The 47th president made the remarks during an interview with Fox News on Friday, just days before Starmer is set to visit Washington for high-level meetings. Despite his strong criticism, Trump did offer some conflicting praise, describing Starmer as a very nice guy.
You have Macron coming to see you for France and then Starmer for the UK this week to move forward.
Yeah, but they didn't do anything either. The war is going on. There's no meetings with Russia, no nothing.
Right.
They haven't done anything. And Macron's a friend of mine, and I've met with the prime minister, and he's a very nice guy, but nobody's done anything. And I've been watching this go on for years, and I'm doing it for one reason. I hate the killing. I hate to see those young people killed. They're not Americans. They're Russians and Ukrainians. I hate to see the killing.
So I just...
Trump's comments mark a significant escalation in his rhetoric against Starmer. While the Prime Minister has publicly aligned himself with Western support for Ukraine, Trump appears unconvinced of Starmer's contributions. In his interview, Trump also renewed his attack on Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, expressing frustration at his negotiating tactics. "I've been watching him negotiate with no cards," Trump said. "He has no cards, and you get sick of it." His remarks come as part of a broader critique of Ukraine's wartime leadership, questioning its ability to bring the conflict to an end. The fallout continued on social media, with Tesla billionaire and Trump ally Elon Musk launching his own attack on Zelensky. Posting on X, Musk accused the Ukrainian leader of running a massive graft machine feeding off the dead bodies of Ukrainian soldiers. Musk further claimed without evidence that Zelensky had seized control of all Ukrainian media and cancelled elections to avoid losing in a landslide. The posts have reignited debates over Musk's influence in global politics and his alignment with Trump. Meanwhile, Starmer is set to meet with Trump next Thursday as part of his visit to the United States. The meeting, which was expected to focus on trade and diplomatic ties, may now take on a more confrontational tone given Trump's latest remarks. French President Emmanuel Macron, who was also criticized by Trump, will visit the White House on Monday. Macron has taken a leading role in European diplomatic efforts regarding Ukraine, but Trump remains skeptical of France's involvement. In response to Trump's attack, Starmer appeared to take a swipe at the former president, particularly after Trump labeled Zelensky a dictator in a lengthy rant on Truth Social. A Downing Street spokesperson issued a statement saying, "The Prime Minister spoke to President Zelensky this evening and stressed the need for everyone to work together. He reiterated his support for Ukraine's democratically elected leadership and pointed out that suspending elections during wartime is not unprecedented, as the UK did the same during World War II. The statement also emphasized Starmer's commitment to US-led peace efforts, aiming to secure a lasting solution that deters further Russian aggression. Foreign Secretary David Lammy, fresh from a G20 meeting in South Africa, echoed this sentiment, stating there was no appetite for peace from the Kremlin at present. However, Moscow did participate in negotiations with a US-led delegation in Saudi Arabia earlier this week. Notably, Kyiv was left out of those talks, sparking outrage among Ukrainian officials. In response, European leaders held a separate meeting in Paris, though the summit collapsed after German Chancellor Olaf Scholz walked out. In a bid to keep diplomatic efforts alive, GB News previously reported that Starmer had offered to host a crunch summit in London. The gathering was meant to establish clear red lines for dealing with Trump, with invitations extended to European leaders, NATO, and EU officials. With Starmer set to meet Trump in the coming days, all eyes will be on Washington to see whether the Prime Minister addresses Trump's criticism head-on or takes a more diplomatic approach. For now, the political landscape remains tense, with world leaders grappling with both external conflict and internal divisions. Former Conservative Deputy Chairman Lee Anderson has sparked controversy by calling for a ban on lawyers and barristers becoming members of Parliament. The outspoken MP made the provocative remarks during an appearance with the media, where he expressed strong criticism of legal professionals serving in Parliament. Lee's comments represent a direct challenge to the traditional makeup of the House of Commons, where many MPs come from legal backgrounds. His proposal would effectively bar an entire profession from serving in Parliament, marking a significant departure from current parliamentary norms. The Reform MP argued that legal professionals in Parliament were contributing to ineffective governance, suggesting their presence was detrimental to decisive political action. "If it were up to me, I would ban anybody who is a barrister or a lawyer being an MP," Anderson declared during the broadcast. Lee specifically targeted his own party in his criticism, stating, "Even with the Conservative Party, there are too many lawyers as MPs." He claimed legal professionals in Parliament get tied up with this nonsense, suggesting their presence hinders effective decision-making. His comments pointed to what he perceived as a lack of political will in Britain, directly attributing this to the presence of lawyers in Parliament. The remarks represent a significant broadside against his own Conservative colleagues with legal backgrounds. Lee's criticism appeared particularly focused on how legal professionals approach political challenges, suggesting their training may conflict with practical governance. His stance implies a preference for MPs from non-legal backgrounds, whom he seemingly believes would be more direct in their approach to political issues. Lee's criticism extended particularly to the handling of the migrant crisis, dismissing calls for safe routes as premature. "People say we need safe routes. You can't have that until you stop people coming over on small boats," he stated to the media. The MP also derided parliamentary colleagues advocating for reducing asylum claim backlogs. "These idiots in Parliament saying we need to get rid of the asylum claims backlog, what does that achieve?" he questioned. His views received support from publican Adam Brooks during the discussion. Brooks suggested the current system was too lenient, claiming they're stamping everyone through. He further alleged this approach was allowing dangerous individuals to enter Britain, specifically mentioning rapists and murderers. Lastly, Meghan Markle is set to separate her Netflix show and her brand merchandise after a timing clash, according to a royal insider. The Duchess of Sussex will launch her new Netflix series with Love Meghan on March 4th, coinciding with the debut of her rebranded lifestyle range As Ever. Sources who have previewed the series indicate it will showcase Meghan's entertaining and cooking expertise. However, despite featuring products similar to her upcoming merchandise line, the Netflix series will make no mention of the official items being available for purchase, sources told the Mail. The apparent disconnect between the show's content and product promotion has raised questions about strategic planning. Industry sources suggest the timing mismatch may stem from the show's production schedule last spring, when Meghan had not yet begun manufacturing merchandise. The production timeline also predated Netflix's involvement in the brand partnership, which has since been accepted by the Duchess. What are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let me know down in the comment section below. If you've not yet already, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more British content. Thank you, take care, goodbye.